Welcome back to Tom and Sense Motors. So in today's video, you're going to see me go through a process of working on the DISA valves. The purpose of this video is to get rid of the vibration that I still have after 60 kilometers per hour. I had a friend of mine, a mechanic, come by to help me diagnose the issue. And part of the problem is, I believe, the DISA valves. And so there's also some other things I need to get fixed up as well. So this is just a great way for me to eliminate as much as I can. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for liking. Thank you for subscribing, and enjoy this DIY. So this is the start of the teardown. Sorry for the camera angle. This is the only angle I thought would work. And I'm actually in the way quite a bit, as you can see. So I have sped this portion up. All I am doing simply here is taking apart the engine bay so I can get to the DISA valve itself. And that goes with removing the air box and a whole bunch of assortments just so I could get to the large DISA valve. Now, the way that this project started was I was going to just replace the large DISA valve, and later on in the video you'll see exactly why I had to replace the large DISA valve. It definitely was the culprit, but then I also realized that while I'm in here and watching some other YouTube videos, that the small DISA valve could also be a contributor to the noise. So later on in the video, I replace the small DISA valve. For everybody watching this video, this is my first time attempting this. I have never actually attempted to replace any DISA valves before. And so if you're watching this for the first time, I'm sure you've seen a lot of other YouTube videos. I am no mechanic, like I've said before in my previous videos. I just have a willingness to be able to do this on my own and tackle these projects. So how I came across the DISA valves, so they, as you can tell, or maybe you cannot, but they are not brand new. They actually came off something that I bought from Facebook Marketplace. So they might not be the best replacement, and I know everybody says if you're going to replace DISA valves, they should be brand new and everything else like that. However, my budget wasn't, I wasn't able to fit that into my budget, so I did buy them off Facebook Marketplace. And if I ever do need to replace them again, I'm going to have the confidence to be able to do it again. And this time around, the second time around, if I ever do replace them, it's going to go that much easier and that much quicker, and I have a good understanding. I do apologize again for the camera work and going back and forth to grab tools, but this is just the process. And again, like I said before, I have not done this before, but on the small DISA valve, as you'll see later on in the video, the process goes quite a bit quicker because I have the tools in place and everything ready. So, and I believe the camera angle is a lot better, but you will get to see exactly me pulling DISA valve out and comparing, especially the large one. And that's, again, that's where you see where the concern really was and why the noise was being made. Right here, this is where the DISA valve was actually stuck. So I had to go back and forth and find a screwdriver to pry this thing out. But mission complete. There's the old, and here's the semi-new. That will probably do much better than this one. Never thought that would be happening, but I lost that bolt down there, but I'll just take the tray off under later. But in the meantime, get to clean that up, put this back on. Small DISA valve was a totally different animal. It was something that I was not expecting. I did watch a YouTube video, and I have attached a link to that video because it did help, because all the other videos show that I had to take off the full assembly, and that's where hoses crack and everything else. So here I am again removing everything after I ran the engine with the large DISA valve installed to make sure it would run. And here I am taking everything off again, like I said, so I could have access to the small DISA valve. here I am psyching myself up because now I actually have to remove the belt. And I have never removed the belt on this BMW before. Like I said, all I've ever done was watch videos on how people do it. So this was kind of a scary proposition for me. However, I did end up doing it. And so as you can see, I'm here kind of debating whether or not I should actually do it, pull it, from what angle and everything else. But I did end up doing it, obviously, because the vehicle does run again. But again, for those of you attempting this for the first time, you've never done anything like this, take solace and know that it can be done, even by somebody that's not a mechanic. And as long as you want to learn and discover that you can do it, and put all the effort and the time to do your research and make mistakes at the same time, because this video, like you've seen before, I dropped a bolt down and a washer, so it happens all the time to the best of us. But again, make sure that you just keep on trying, because there's nothing like the satisfaction of getting something completed that you've never done before. Here's another first for me, taking off the alternator. Again, I've never removed the alternator, and for for me having to remove an alternator, that was a huge milestone and a step for me in keeping this car and working on this vehicle. So again, there's a lot of firsts going for me in this situation, and it was honestly scary. It really was, because if I mess this up, then I really don't have anybody I can call, or a mechanic's not going to stop by the shop and help me try and fix it. I do have friends that would be able to come in, but again, this is not something that I want to call on, because I messed up by taking out an alternator and everything else like that. But the alternator did come out, and I did have a chance to clean it, which was a very good idea as well. And as you'll see later on in the video, there was a little bit of oil buildup from back in the day, so I was able to clean that up as well. I've sped this part up because this is me simply trying to figure out how I'm going to get to the bolts of the small DISA valve. As you can tell later on in the video, it actually comes in from the other side, not from the back side, but from the other side. So it was very difficult to actually get to them, but once you have a handle on exactly where they are, you'll be able to get to them no problem. There is 3 of them, and one of them is a very long one holding it in, but I was obviously able to get to them. So once you get the bolts undone, you will notice that the small DISA valve is still a very tight spot to be able to maneuver it out. And so as you can see, I start prying from the back side. Not that side, that's the front side I like to call, but I actually pry from the back side. So here I am loosening off the last of the screws. And now trying to reach underneath to be able to remove that small DISA valve, but I needed to pry that out with a screwdriver. And then there's a hose that it actually got kind of caught up on, so you have to kind of finagle. But if I could do it, then I'm sure everybody else can do it. And as you can see, I actually get this thing out, and it didn't really take that long. But again, when I went to go put it back in, it was much quicker because I knew exactly what I was dealing with. So this is the finagling that I had to do, and there's that hose that's in the way, but there it is. I finally got it loose, and then just a bit of maneuvering, and the small DISA valve is out. It did look a lot better than the large DISA valve, and it wasn't broken, and it seemed to be okay. So here I am trying to put the small DISA valve back in. As you can see, I'm using a screwdriver to push back on the hose very gently, obviously, because I do not want that hose to snap, or else the whole manifold needs to come back off, and then I've defeated the purpose of not having to remove the manifold in the first place. So this was a little bit of a tricky situation, but it is possible. If you're enjoying this content, consider liking and subscribing. So here I go trying to figure out where the bolts go for the small DISA valve. Again, this was a very challenging part because it's hard to see from the front end as to where exactly the bolts go, but again, I got them in there hand tight, and then I was able to tighten them right down, and the DISA valve stayed in. So here I am cleaning up some of the residual oil from when I removed the alternator, and I figured it was a good time as any to clean up the engine bay. Always deserves a little bit of cleaning. So in this last section here, I'm again just tidying up now, putting it all back together. The small DISA valve and the large DISA valves are all in, so I'm just double checking that all the bolts are tight. And again, I don't have torque specs, so it was just good and tight. And yeah, pretty straightforward stuff from now on, but as you'll see, there's always something that comes up. yeah, as you can see, that ring snapped on me. So I was fortunate because I did buy the other part from Facebook Marketplace, so I was able to replace the ring eventually because I did have a spare one. Now in the meantime, in this video, what I ended up doing was I just took the ring from the other part, so I couldn't actually attach the airbox, but I wanted to get from the throttle body as far back so I didn't have to go back into that tighter spot later on. Yeah. So here I am putting it all back together, and as you guys will see at the end of the video, I did end up starting the vehicle so you guys can hear, and it does run. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you ever want to tackle something like this, know that it's possible, that can be done, even if you are not